Welcome back to Let's Play DDO Permadeath. So I'm going to be running the Sharn Syndicate chain this time. I made it to level 6 on this guy a few videos ago, and for people that haven't watched since the beginning, there are videos of everything this guy has done since starting in Korphos in the playlist on YouTube. Other than a couple of ones where I had recording glitches, but almost everything this guy has done is recorded and available as part of the playlist. I have done everything, all the quests I've done on hard or elite so far. The last few quests I did were on hard, but I'm now starting another elite streak on this guy. So I'm playing Permadeath on this guy, which means if I die, the sequence of videos ends. Which is why I'm paying rather a lot of attention here. Yeah, if I die on this character, then the videos end. I have to leave the guild, since I'm in a Permadeath guild on this guy. And I would in fact delete the character, since I don't play any non-Permadeath guys on this server. So I have an incentive to get these fights right. Wow, those flame turrets are very effective. I think Rad's down there might be toast. Don't think I've got enough healing to help him. We have Onslaught. It might not be long till the end fight now.
It's the nefarious Sharn.
So, here we go.
Slab the Crusher. If he's the one after this saloon, then ending him will end the threat against the stand.
Taking out the dogs first, of course.
Dust settles into an eerie quietness. The Sharn Syndicate attackers have fallen. The Statler brothers are left standing.
Alright, nice. Now, without healing, that one can be a little tricky. But I had plenty of damage on this guy and I had a little healing. So I figured I'd be able to manage it okay. Alright. Yes, so I'm going to be doing the Sharn Channel Elite, as I mentioned. My intention being to build up a new elite streak on this guy before doing some of the longer level 4 and 5 quests. My approach on this guy so far has been essentially to go through the quests starting with the lowest level ones and trying to do as many of them as I think I practically can. So I have level 1 through 3 pretty well filled in. Just one or two that I don't like to do. And I'm filling in level 4 at the moment. So the Sharn Chain, the Depths quests. And Rest of the Restless and Fresh in the Air on Elite I'm planning to do. That one could prove pretty interesting. Don't see many Permadeath people in there, or probably many players at all in that one, because it's pretty nasty. I'm just running around while my spell points regenerated there. Okay. So I'm playing Permadeath, which means I'm playing under a lot of restrictions. Other than obviously the dying restriction itself. No grouping with players outside the guild, and no receiving equipment from anyone outside of
The shiny shilling is tastefully decorated in the style of a small yet successful Stormreach accountancy.
No receiving equipment from people outside the guild, and for this guy I'm going no grouping at all. He's going pure solo up to 20. No receiving equipment from other members of the guild. He gets one heirloom item, which I think I already sold. That was a repeating crossbow of righteousness that I already found a replacement for. I am allowed to use the auction house in the guild, but only with restrictions, so I can't sell stuff above its face value. And I'm choosing on this guy not to use the auction house for anything other than buying tomes. The guild also only allows hirelings level 6 or below, but I won't be using them at all in this guy unless they're required for a quest objective. Alright, here we go.
As you rush forward, accountants flee through a back door. Guards cover their escape.
The aiming... this is the first Artificer I've played, and the aiming gets a bit fiddly when the enemies are up close like that. I'm still not totally used to that. Okay. I know this quest is trappy, but I don't remember all of the traps. So I'm going to go cautious and do a lot of searching here in places where people probably know there aren't any traps. You will have to bear with me.
Across the room, you see a false bookcase swing shut, covering the money launderers.
Was that spell singer actually shooting at me, or was she shooting at the flame turret? It might have been which is the lightning spell that hits bystanders as well. I don't remember which one it is.
The false bookcase swings open, revealing the dimly lit corridor on the other side.
Dogs are always a serious hazard at low levels. Anything that can trip you, put you out of action, is a serious risk. Especially groups of dogs. Bringing the lights down in the harbour. Yes, bringing the lights in the harbour is a quest where we often lose people. Also the sunken sewer of the level 2 quests.
The door ahead is barricaded from the other side. The money launderers must have prepared for this day.
Alright, this bit's a bit scary, so I'm buffing up for this. I should have bought a false life wand, really. Oh well. Even with all these buffs on, I probably can't stand a single hit from these spikes. Oh man. That is an awkward spot. Well, an evasion character, I would have a go at that. On this guy, I'm not so sure.
Oceans of guards alert for intruders.
I'm worried about those lightning spells they're throwing around as well. Buff myself so I can take a hit. Yeah, that close range aiming is fiddly. Yeah, so this is kind of a classic permadeath situation. If I get hit by those spike traps, I'm going to die. But I would like to disable the trap since I'm on a trapper. More than one permadeath character has been lost thinking this. It looks like there might be enough space by the wall back there. Oh yes, found a spot. Phew. Now that is something I would not advise people to do permadeath normally. If it's that risky, it's normally not a good idea to attempt it. Phew. Let me rebuff a moment here. So, more about permadeath then. There are quite a few different rules. Permadeath isn't a single thing. Each guild has its own rules as to how they play permadeath. There's basically a spectrum between...
The smell of mangy dogs wafts down the hallway.
There's basically a spectrum between guilds that have the permadeath rule, like Extreme Explorers, just to make the game sensible. Ah, I see, the gate is open. Maybe I'd normally do this one on Elite. That gate is not often open. Yeah, there's basically a spectrum for permadeath rules between... guilds like Extreme Explorers, where we add the permadeath challenge, but without trying to make the game ridiculously hard. Really just trying to make the game be played sensibly. So, what you don't see in permadeath is the kind of silly stuff that happens in pugs, where people deliberately charge through traps. Or people zerging off on their own and then getting themselves killed. That doesn't happen so much in permadeath because there are actual consequences. So that's one part of permadeath. The other side of permadeath are the guilds that are really trying to make the game hard. So there are guilds that don't let you use all the shrines, that don't let you do anything other than hard or elite. So there's some variety between those two extremes, basically. And I know something that people have said in comments on earlier videos I've posted is people have been interested in Permadeath. I would advise people that want to try it out to go and look at the rules for several different guilds and see what appeals to them. Personally, I don't need a game to be hard necessarily. I just want the tactics to be sensible, and I find Permadeath is a way to ensure that. I don't like all those pugs where people end up sort of deliberately getting the characters killed because it's easier than actually finding a way through the situation. Man, there's a lot of dogs on this side of this quest. I am more used to the other side of this quest, I think. It's a while since I've done this side. I'm glad of my spell resistance ring in here. Yes, the big advantage of Permadeath play for me is you don't get people dying stupidly. Those people tend to get filtered out pretty early. Man, endless fusillade.
The door is locked securely. You can break it down, but a stealthy entrance would make your mission easier.
An endless fusillade is very powerful.
The shiny shilling has been dealt with. The accountant's fate demonstrates the folly of associating with the Sharn Syndicate.
Alright, nice. Yes, I think for people wanting to try Permadeath, basically boils down to those two choices. The people that just want sensible tactics, there are the more relaxed guilds like Extreme Explorers, which is the guild that I'm a member of. You can go to extremeexplorers.guildportal.com if you are interested in the rules that my guild uses. The rules that I'm using for this Permadeath run are basically the rules of my guild, but with some extensions. And for people that are interested, the guild is always open to new members. Joining the guild is easy. The trouble is you end up leaving it very often, every time you die. You can only join at level 1. You can, as with most Permadeath guilds, only join at level 1. I'm just going to drop some stuff in the guild, in the bank on the guild ship a moment. I'm only one action point away from level 7 now. Yes, whereas for the people that are know the game inside and out, backwards and forwards, there are the guilds like Modern Voyage that go for rules that make the game as hard as they reasonably can. Personally, I still haven't seen a lot of the content because I've been playing mostly Permadeath. A lot of the high level stuff I have seen very little of, so I'm quite happy to play with the relaxed version of Permadeath. And now for the bank. Since I'm trying to build up an elite streak here, and also trying to do the Sharn chain once through, never see it again, I'll be doing this one on elite, which means it might be a bit slow, since I do not have any great weapons for beating down the crystals with. I wonder if flame turret will do well. While I'm here, I can remind people of the build that I'm playing. This is a level 6 Dwarf Artificer. I'm going pure class Artificer all the way. Intelligence, Constitution, Dexterity is my main stats. Putting points in balance and all the Artificer skills. Currently using flame turret as my main spell.
Zircon proceeds through the door to the inner vault. This Warforged must have impressive connections to walk into a House of Kundarek vault so blithely.
And I have rapid reload, toughness, and precise shot as my feats so far. There's probably another feat there that I've forgotten about, but anyway. Alright, time to buff here. I suppose Endless Fuselight might even make this fast. I guess it is theoretically possible.
House Kundarak uses only the finest painted crystals to protect its vaults. Normal weapons can chip one down, but such a crystal might be more vulnerable to certain spell effects.
Wow, that must be almost a record time for getting through that fight. Well, without a caster, without a real caster in the group. Let's try and leave my dog behind here.
It seems the bank alarm has drawn the city guard. Will you need to kill these guards in order to escape?
Hopefully not, but we will see. Hide 9, move silently 5.5. Not amazing.
The last retracts, leaving the exit clear for you.
Nice. It always surprises me in this game how they have all the rogue skills, and then they make it really hard to actually use them. Even in sections like this where being sneaky should be helpful. They made the terrain awkward enough, you can't just sneak into the objectives. Seems an odd choice. I mean, this character isn't sneaky enough to manage it. But even for a pure rogue, you end up having to unstealth in there. Maybe I'm just not doing it right.